Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome in. We are thrilled that you've joined us today. Just going to give everybody a moment to enter into the meeting. Now is a great time to just get situated, grab a beverage of your choice, and we will get started in about 2 minutes. If you are just now entering in, welcome. Just going to give everybody 1 more minute to enter into the meeting. Thanks for your patience. Alrighty, looks like we are good to go. Again, welcome. We are really excited that you've joined us today. And at this point, I'm going to turn it over to our presenter, Jim Mason.
Thank you, Madison. Thank you all for joining us. Today, you will receive an overview of AttackIQ Enterprise and AttackIQ Ready and how you can use them in concert with the MITRE ATT&CK framework to test your security controls. Here's some recent security statistics. Financial gain has been cited as the primary motivation for about 95% of attacks. Verizon found during a recent study that 83% of breaches are initiated by external threat actors. And despite the abundance of security controls deployed, the human element, things such as misconfigurations, stolen credentials, change control mishaps, and so on, is a key factor in 74% of all data breaches. And lastly, ransomware continues to be a concern, still accounting for 24% of all breach-related activities. These notes come from the most recent Verizon Data Breach Investigations report. Security controls fail often, silently. They also fail in production. Oftentimes, after a mistake, no one even knows the product or platform is not doing what it should, sometimes, unfortunately, before it's too late. The organizations out there have 2 choices. You can choose to test your security stack regularly, or you can wait until an attacker does. AttackIQ Enterprise is a co-managed security validation solution. The customers have full access to the AttackIQ breach and attack simulation platform, along with AttackIQ engineering support. This diagram shows the AttackIQ deployment architecture. It consists of the management platform, assets, which are also called test points, and the integration manager. AttackIQ Enterprise is a SaaS or cloud-based offering. The platform itself can be reached using a web browser over TLS 443. And note that with AttackIQ Enterprise, all product functionality can also be accessed via API. So if you have users that wish to do things programmatically when it comes to testing or exercising your controls, they can definitely do that. You can get started very quickly with AttackIQ Enterprise by designating devices or assets / test points in your environment to install the lightweight AttackIQ agent on. Now, this agent runs in stealth mode. It does not hook into the kernel. It has very low memory and CPU footprint, and it executes what are known as AttackIQ assessments without disrupting the workflow of your host systems or servers. An AttackIQ assessment consists of tests. Those tests contain what we call scenarios, and you're going to see this when we get into the demonstration. But scenarios are Python-based scripts that mimic attacker activity, tactics, MITRE-based techniques, and so on. And this is how you validate your security controls. The last component of Enterprise is known as the integration manager. The integration manager communicates to your third-party security technologies via their native APIs. So this could be your endpoint detection and response systems, your SIM, IPS, IDS, and so forth. And the way that this works is the AttackIQ Integration Manager can send details of all the AttackIQ assessment and scenario activity to those on-premise security infrastructure components. It can also execute queries of security technologies, and this helps you verify the response or presence of alerts and logs that may be the result of AttackIQ scenario activity. We call this validating your security pipeline. Now, AttackIQ also offers AttackIQ Ready. The difference is AttackIQ Ready is a fully managed breach and attack simulation service. And so in 7 easy steps, your security teams can get ready, up and running, and enable them to start testing. The steps that you see at the very top, again, they're designed to be very easy. You simply manage users. Those are simply folks that can get the AttackIQ Ready reports. You're able to enumerate your ID your tech stack, define the test parameters, define the test point, a very lightweight piece of software that you'll place on 1 to 5 test points that you choose. We make sure that everything is ready to go by doing a function check, and then you schedule your testing and review the results. Now, AttackIQ Ready tests 7 distinct security controls in the context of MITRE ATT&CK, and also provides comprehensive data about how well your security performs against the threat. Because it is fully managed, the AttackIQ team will do all the work for you. And you'll see near the end of the demonstration when we get to Ready, it really is designed to be simple to get going. This will enable you, no matter the size of your organization, to exercise your controls and gain actionable intel in the form of weekly, monthly, and even cyber insurance related reports. What you see here is the background behind AttackIQ Ready. Not a whole lot to show here. Pretty much everything above the customer internal infrastructure is managed by AttackIQ. We have the ability to do things such as PCAP replay to test your network-based or internet-based facing firewalls. Atomic testing is a way to test specific security controls such as AV and EDR. And we can even test via attack graphs, where within AttackIQ Ready, we can run variants or versions of our attack flow and graph capability to run multiple scenarios in a series and as part of a single process. Again, all of this is curated by our adversary research team in the case of AttackIQ Ready. You don't have to lift a finger to manage anything in the case of Ready. So now we'll get into the MITRE ATT&CK framework. MITRE ATT&CK, which stands for Adversarial Tactics, Techniques, and Common Knowledge, is the leading security reference framework. And what the MITRE group has done is organized attacker techniques into multiple categories along the attack chain. On the MITRE ATT&CK website, you can drill into techniques under each of these categories. It'll help you get a better understanding of how a technique works, threat groups that are known to use it, how to detect and mitigate the techniques, along with related articles. This helps organizations seeking a way to match security controls to these offensive tactics. With AttackIQ, you can automate the MITRE ATT&CK framework, and that enables you to test your security controls much more often, more accurately, and also at scale. Now, MITRE has also developed via the Center for Threat Informed Defense, a methodology and calculator. And so this enables you to identify the top MITRE attack techniques that impact your sector. As a founding research partner of the Center for Threat Informed Defense, AttackIQ has integrated the top attack techniques into the AttackIQ security optimization platform. And this enables you to select key techniques and run adversary emulations to validate that your cyber defenses actually will operate as you intend. Now, the difference with the calculator is that rather than the attack navigator choosing the tactics, techniques, and procedures for you based on external factors, such as threat groups and actors and so forth, you can actually utilize the calculator and make assumptions about the maturity in your specific security environment. So you get a customized list of tactics, techniques, and procedures that you can then import into AttackIQ. And I'll show you how that works as well. The selections in the calculator are made based on information about your company or your infrastructure. And so again, it will create this personalized list of your own top 10 techniques. So let's take a look at the AttackIQ platform. We'll also look at MITRE ATT&CK, the calculator, and how you can use them all together. This is the AttackIQ Enterprise platform. You get to it via web UI. This is designed to be very easy to use. What you see here is an example of that. This is the home page that's available when you first log into your AttackIQ instance. With this, we provide a number of widgets that you can select to be displayed upon your login to show you interesting things that are happening within the platform. So the status of your agents, the integration manager, scheduled assessments, and even recently updated templates. To navigate AttackIQ is very simple. In the upper left-hand corner, just click on that stack icon, and this opens up a menu that shows you the administration, configuration, reference, and testing features. So things such as the agents that you have deployed or assets, along with full-on documentation, and even your technology stack or third-party solutions that you have configured with the integration manager. To get going within the platform, we'll go to scenarios. Now, scenarios are packages of scripted red team and real-world attack steps. AttackIQ has to date over 4,300. And we release updated content every 2 weeks for new and noteworthy attacks. We'll also publish special updates. You can use these scenarios as built. You can also modify them and even create your own. You can filter the library in free form. You can also use these categories that you see to the left. So for example, if you're interested in attack tactics, you can extend this. And perhaps you're interested in testing your data loss prevention solution. So you could select exfiltration. Exfiltration scenarios will enable you to mimic an internal threat. So perhaps someone that's gone rogue or someone that's gotten in from the outside and now they have access to a server or a database and they're trying to send things out. So to mimic something like that, perhaps you want to drill down even more and type in HTTP. Now you see the scenario library has been filtered down to only include scenarios that are related to not only exfiltration techniques, but also HTTP as the protocol. If you want to learn more about a particular scenario, you can just click on it. And then you'll be presented with a description of what this technique or tactic does in the real world. AttackIQ is a fully open platform. You have the ability to download the source code and view that for yourself. So the underlying Python script in this case. We'll also show you platforms that could be affected by this type of activity, along with technologies that would be exercised when you run this particular scenario. Note you can also drill into the parameters. In the case of this particular scenario, exfiltrate files over HTTP, this is the default configuration. So with these parameters, this is how it would run as is. However, if you wanted, you could change this. So you could change it perhaps to social security numbers, and perhaps you want to do 15 entries, maybe encrypt using AES. And just like that, without a stitch of scripting, you've now modified this original scenario. Now you could save this as your own instance of this scenario, and you would not harm the original source material, and at the same time, you've expanded your library. So just note there's a lot of flexibility with the AttackIQ scenario library. To launch assessments, you'll click on the stack icon, assessments, and template library. Again, the template library is also updated every 2 weeks. And this is the methodology by which you actually test your control. So scenarios run as part of assessments. These assessment templates are also categorized. So everything from threat emulation to even custom assessments that you can build along with security control validation. Note that with security control validation, we have the ability to test in generalities. So no matter what your antivirus security control was, you could test based on some things that most of them should be able to stop. You could also expand the rows per page here, and you'll see that we have assessment templates that are built out for specific vendors. If you were interested in running a MITRE-based assessment here, you could do that. And note that we have a couple that come with the platform. So if we click on that one, MITRE Threat Assessment, you can see the tests, and think of tests as just folders. And under each one of these folders, you see the underlying scenarios that will be run. Let's take a look at the MITRE ATT&CK for Enterprise matrix. This is available to you at https://attack.mitre.org. And within MITRE ATT&CK, you can come in, let's say your team was researching and they were perhaps concerned about a group that may be targeting you. So let's go to the groups page here, and we'll scroll down and we'll click on Deep Panda. So note ATT&CK provides a treasure trove of information when it comes to these known threat actors. This is their life. This is what these guys do. And so they are able to provide this to the public and the entire industry to give you a leg up when you're concerned about specific threat actors. So this group, you note that it's a Chinese group. They target many industries, including government, defense, and even financial. And if you'll recall, that's in upwards of 90%. When it comes to breaches, they're financially motivated. And if you'll scroll down, you'll see that there are group descriptions, could be aliases, and then the all-important techniques that this particular group, Deep Panda, has been observed to use in the wild. MITRE speaks in terms of technique IDs, hence these designations. If you wanted to learn a little more about this group, you can click on the Attack Navigator Layers page. And this will take you to a layout of all the techniques that have been associated with this group. To make it a little easier to view, you can select Flat Layout and Show IDs. So across the attack chain here, you have the primary techniques and then sub-techniques. And if you wanted to use this in concert with the AttackIQ Enterprise platform, you can download this as a JSON file. So within the resulting file, you'll see all of the technique IDs that were included in the navigator layer. To use something like this in AttackIQ, simply navigate by clicking on the stack icon and go to Assessments and Template Library. And in the lower right-hand corner, you can import this template. Now with AttackIQ, there's different types of files that you could import and create a custom assessment. You could have an assessment that was created previously and maybe exported, and now you want to import into this instance of AttackIQ, you can do that. You can also import the Navigator JSON file or a top 10 calculator, and we'll show you that next. But we'll choose the JSON file and then upload. And let's find menu pass. And we'll go with Deep Panda and open. And import template. So what'll happen next is AttackIQ will bring this file in. We're able to look at this file and then extract or read the template IDs. And so those IDs or technique IDs, we can then automatically convert to the scenarios that are in the AttackIQ library and create a custom assessment. It really is that simple. So all of these techniques, think scenarios, will now be run, and then you'll see where you stand regarding Deep Panda. Next, we'll go to the calculator. So within the calculator, again, instead of the MITRE group picking all of these tactics, techniques, and procedures for you for a specific group like APT33 or Deep Panda or MenuPass, here you're able to customize and import the resulting file. So you could look for things such as NIST 853 controls, different types of detection analytics, or even operating systems. So let's say you wanted to select Windows. And then for each of the parameters, such as network monitoring components, let's go medium there. And then we'll go low for process monitoring components. Again, these selections are based on your knowledge of your environment. When it comes to file monitoring components, let's say we're a medium there. Low in terms of cloud monitoring because we're just getting started, and then high for hardware monitoring. So once you build all that, click Generate Results, and now you have a customized set of techniques to exercise your security controls against. You can download all those top techniques. And then again, within the AttackIQ platform, you can navigate to assessments, assessment templates, and you can import that template. Now note this time, this is a MITRE top 10 calculator JSON file. So we can upload that. And typically, again, these files, they'll show up in your downloads unless you specify that. Open and import template. And now you have a custom top attack techniques template. So let's say we've run a similar top attack technique custom template. This is one that I run pretty much every day. And it's built out. Notice that we've done a little bit of customization here, which you can do. You can export an assessment template, and then you can import it in, and you can change the titles of the folders or the tests. So here, note that we have by technique ID, what it's actually called in this case. So everything from credential dumping to scheduled tasks to process injection, command and scripting interpreter, and so on. With each one of these tests, you'll see the results spelled out for you, and they're broken down by the results from the ratios of scenarios prevented or detected by your security controls to the overall scenarios run. So in this case, 13 out of the 20. We had a security control interdict when we ran this. On each of these widgets, you can view the test. You can view the security controls they were run against by clicking on View Results Summary. And then this will bring up details for each scenario that was run, the user privileges that were executed by the test points, the assets that ran them, and then the prevention and detection results. So prevention means that when we executed a particular scenario, did a security control interdict? Did something stop us from that emulated behavior? Detection will tell us whether or not a security control successfully sent out a log or alert or generated a log or alert, and additionally sent it to the SIM, for example. You can click on any one of these results to begin your analysis. In this case, we're dumping Windows passwords with undetectable mimikatz. If you'll note in the detailed findings, we can show you whether or not we were able to successfully grab credentials from the test point. And note also that if we do, we redact that data. So we treat that data as secret because it is. And one of our key mantras is do no harm. To get into the details, i.e. the red team part of the testing, click on activity details, and you'll see step by step what was executed by the underlying Python script. And again, real world steps. The mitigation recommendations can be thought of as the blue team part. So if you did not stop successfully a particular scenario, AttackIQ will provide you with the steps to correct your security controls, and then you simply run the assessment again. If we see detection details such as logs and alerts, and also observable details in sticks format, you get those as well. Within AttackIQ, we provide many different types of reporting. Reporting is very important because that gives leadership the ability to know where they stand. It gives the security teams and the technical teams the intel that they need to actually make changes in the environment and improve your posture. So this example is a MITRE ATT&CK report, again, based on our custom attack techniques. And if you'll scroll down, you'll see the overall status of the assessment and the report card or test overview. So for each test that was run, the number of scenarios that it contained, the user privileges from the test points that ran it, and then the technologies that were exercised. You'll also see the all-important prevention and detection percentages. This particular report also shows the timeline. So if you run this assessment over time, you'll see if there are dips in performance, whether it has to do with preventing scenarios or detecting logs and alerts. And we also spell out via heat map in this report, MITRE prevention results. Another example of this report is the remediation report. This is for the blue team primarily, and this will give them the steps that they need in exhaustive detail, what to do to fix the security controls. So we provide what was done in the scenario, the MITRE tactic that it relates to, and then detailed mitigation steps. And then lastly, in Enterprise, we have the MITRE matrix. This is a visual representation very similar to what you saw at the beginning of the demonstration. But this shows you via your results how well you're doing when it comes to the MITRE ATT&CK framework across the attack chain. Red is bad, green is good. And so this kind of makes things jump out visually for the team. Next, we'll cover AttackIQ Ready. AttackIQ Ready is built out, again, based on MITRE ATT&CK. And this is the result of years of our experience in working with customers. This is designed for those that may wish to have a lighter touch when it comes to AttackIQ. We do everything for you. In the case of Ready, it really is designed to be more consumer driven, point, click, 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 and you're ready to go. And so this is the portal that you'll be presented with. So again, with AttackIQ Ready, you simply sign up. And then once you're in, you're presented with a portal. We ask you initially some setup questions, and you only see that one time. And then you're presented with this homepage. With the homepage, you'll see the threat-informed defense research updates. So things such as CISA advisories are presented here. Everything that is executed within AttackIQ Ready is the result of the curation done by our adversary research team. So this is, again, designed to be a way to get actionable intel without managing the solution yourself. When you initially get into AttackIQ Ready, it's very, very easy to get going. You'll click on the configuration page. As you can see, there's simply 5 steps that you go through. Your security control tech stack. So you'll tell us the security controls that you're running. And then you'll also set up reports. Those will show up. And then lastly, you'll see any results. And so an example of that is this weekly report. So you'll see here security controls tested. So we'll give you either a weekly or a monthly report. There's also an option for a cyber insurance report. The idea behind Ready is the reports. This is the detailed data that you need without a heavy lift on your part to see where you stand with your security controls. With AttackIQ Ready, you'll deploy between 1 and 5 agents. So again, a very slimmed down version of the platform, but you get very powerful results nonetheless. So as you can see here, effectiveness by those security controls that we test out of the box. The underlying scenarios that are run, again, are curated by our adversary research team. So you don't have to worry about any of that. And then you'll see the overall effectiveness of the controls that were exercised. To learn more, we definitely invite you to check out the AttackIQ Academy online. This is our way of giving back. It's free for partners, prospects, students, and customers. You see there at academy.attackiq.com. We've included this link in the chat. And so with Academy, we have close to 30 high quality courses. They're covering everything from MITRE ATT&CK, purple teaming, and much more. We do recommend you come in and learn a little bit more about application of MITRE ATT&CK, Navigator, and leveraging attack with things such as AWS and Azure. You're able to get CPE credits for the technical courses within the Academy, and you also can earn Credly badges, so you can share those on platforms like LinkedIn. To learn more about AttackIQ in general, please visit us at attackiq.com. You can also contact us at info@attackiq.com, and you can register for a free download of our guide, well-received guide, MITRE ATT&CK for Dummies. This book has a lot of helpful tips, tricks, and hints and potential struggles. After reading this guide, hopefully you'll walk away with some actionable insights and practical ways to improve your security posture. So we hope that you enjoyed today's session. At this time, I'll turn things back over to our moderator for any questions.
Thanks, Jim. Not seeing any questions currently, but let's just give everybody about 30 seconds. If you do have a question, please feel free to drop it in the question box on the side, and we will get that answered for you. Just give everybody about 30 seconds. Alrighty, not seeing anything. Looks like we are good to wrap up. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And Jim, thank you for a great presentation. Please, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out and ask for more information, and we will get that to you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.